There we go. Bloody thing. There we go. There we go. Bloody thing. There we go. Let's see if we can just get this recorded, then end the stream, and then basically we'll be okay to just know that it was been finished properly. So yes, it would appear that the GoPro, because the GoPro was charging, the battery got warm. When the battery got warm, it knocked the GoPro out of sync for whatever reason with a microphone, which is this DJI Mic 2 on here. A little blue light at the side saying it's connected. So yes, apologies, the GoPro is not exactly the best thing to stream with because of overheating. So it overheated, it wouldn't let the mic properly connect, and it discontinued the sound for whatever reason. So I've just took the battery out of the GoPro, put another one in because I've got 4 or 5 batteries for this damn thing. And we've put a normal battery in which cool, shall we say, so it's not hot. It was getting hot because the wire that's the same as my phone charger was plugged into it, just so we could stream without it dying. But yeah, even then, it still managed to F up the sound, but of course you don't know that when you're streaming until people tell you in the chat. So thank you to people that went in the chat and said no sound, otherwise I'd have been waffling on thinking you could hear it without knowing. Obviously I can't have the stream on with the sound in front of me. I have the stream here to see the chat, but of course I'm just going to get either feedback or just hear myself over and over with the sound on the phone. So yes, basically the question had come from an Aaron Schneider that was in the chat. If he watches this back, then that's okay. There we go, Aaron. Mr. Aaron Schneider was in the chat thinking that the GhostFace mask made off the TD mold, or as people know it as the reshoot mold, it was in his thoughts that this mold and mask type did not come around till 2010. That is not the case. This was a mask around from mid to late 90s. We don't know exactly what year. But yes, in the mid to late 90s, the TD reshoot Ghostface mask came about in the form of what was called a mask and cape set. It is believed that that is one of the first iterations of the mask. And in later time, they had mini TD reshoots, so they had kids reshoot masks as well, which actually looked the part considering they were just like shrunken down TD masks. So the TD mold did exist in which is as in Scream. Some people call it like the purple and black mask tag. Some people call it the pinky and purple black ASIS header. Of course we did have black tag ASISs. Sorry. In the case of the mask and cape set, as some people will know because you probably own them, I've got one in the other room, but it's deep in a box, otherwise I'd go and get it. But yes, as some may or may not know, the black tag ASIS was one of the rarest ones with regards to the mask being a Funworld Div Gen 2, but one of the rarer TD mask types, as in the standard size TD mask, was a couple of different sets. Dear me, I need to get a drink. Excuse my cough. Anyway, TD mask reshoot has been limited in a couple of sets over the years. One of the sets is the 2011 Collector's Edition Deluxe mask, which was the mask and knife set. Mask and knife set exists with Collector's Edition Deluxe EU stamp, and also the TD mask reshoot stamp mould inside of the hood. So TD reshoots with collector's edition hood in those sets, and TD reshoot was the rarer one, definitely. TD reshoot did come in metallics as well in later time, but the TD reshoot we know was guessed 96-97-ish creation. I say guessed, and basically it was known because it was part of what they called a mask and cape set. So the purpley pinky and the black ASIS header, which was a bigger header on the particular type, and it was a mask and cape set, which meant it was a mask in what they call the droop hood, or like the deluxe hood from the 90s. And the hood obviously had the mask sewn in, like the droop hood or the deluxe mask Gen 2, which later had EUs inside of them. But yes, the TD reshoot was in the same droop hood or deluxe hood of the 90s type. And imagine it like a Superman or Supergirl cape, where it's just to the shoulders, the edge of the shoulders. This one came all the way around to the front with a slit all the way down. So it was basically a big cape that would cover the front of you as well as just the back of you. And the TD reshoot is the mask that was part of that cape and hood. So later on, little masks, as we say, of the TD reshoot kids types did appear too. And the TD reshoot was 90s mask, I say 96, 97, 98, we don't know exactly when. But somewhere around there was the sort of start year of the masks. And those masks went on until 2013 when they were discontinued. So discontinued after 2 years previous being used in the reshoots for Scream 4. And as I said on the other stream, I don't know how much it cut me off on the sound, but on the video before this, it was stated as to why TD reshoots were sent to the set of Scream 4 in January of 2011. Communication with RJ since the time of 2011, I asked the question, said, why? Excuse me, it's 25 to 2 in the morning, isn't it? So, you know. So I said to RJ, why is it that the reshoots of Scream 4 were different masks? And he's like, what do you mean? Because again, with RJ, there's always the phrase that is very true of there's so much going on. And at any time in recent years, there was always so much going on with Ghostface. So when you say something like, oh, reshoots were sent to the set of the Scream 4 reshoots, and you go, what do you mean? Reshoots were sent to the set of the reshoots. Yeah. Because fans have the nicknames for the mask types, don't they? So basically, the TD reshoot mask mould type mask of Ghostface was sent to the set of Scream 4. And I says, well, if you notice, RJ, the mask in the logo of Ghostface is what we call a TD mould. And he's like, because he knows of the mould. I says, how come it was that one that was sent to the set and not standard EU stamps? In which he responded and says, that was possibly all that we had at the time, if he remembers correctly. He said, I'm sure that's all we had at the time, so we sent them in. So that's why January 2011 they ended up with TD mould masks for the scenes with Marnie the Carney, and Brittany Murphy, the real name of the actress. You had Marnie and the other girl, I can't remember the other girl's character name now. But yes, the reason for reshoots on Scream 4 was also ADR. They do some ADR editing. Sorry, see, we're getting tired now. And yes, TD reshoot or TD molds were the ones that were about at Fun World at the time. That's what they sent in. That's what they ended up using. And before the sound got cut off on the last clip, I was referring to what Wes used to do, is what we got told Wes used to use. do by crew members. He'd line up the masks side by side in rows, and he'd just look at a mask that had a particular look about it, and then pick that mask for whatever they're seeing. And even me today as a collector, and even me seeing other collectors in shops sometimes, more so when I was in New York, you can have a row of masks on a peg in a shop that may all be ultra whites, may all be EU stamps, may all be metallics, zombies, whatever. But as we look through this row or peg of masks hanging up, some of us will look at particular mask, yeah, I want that one, it has a certain look about it. Yeah, that one looks meaner, I want that one. That one looks this, I want that one, you know. And that's what Wes would do, as we were told by crew. That's what he'd do with the mask. He'd just look at these masks, EUs, TDs, whatever. Whether it was in Scream 2 and Scream 1, the same thing, who knows, because they were limited on masks. But yeah, he'd look at them, one just had that certain look, choose that for the scene, film the scene, and then that was that. I think it's time to end, don't you? The body's trying to tell me. So yes, apologies with anybody that saw the clip before this. Was rambling on and on, trying to give information about mask types. People was in the chat typing. And unbeknownst to me, the sound had gone because the camera had got too hot. So maybe time to give the camera a break, so we're going to turn it off now. The gimbal will need a charge anyway. The gimbal was screwed into a tripod at the minute, hence why we're at this angle. Normally it's a bit lower, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, this was just a bit of a random chat tonight with, sadly, 3 different videos now. One of them, on the first original video of streaming tonight, just randomly the GoPro said that's a wrap on its screen and ended the bloody stream. So I turned off voice activation on the GoPro after that, and it seemed to solve it, thank God. Second one, yes, if anybody was watching before, you know, the sound just randomly went. Again, turns out the camera got hot. And this one, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that for the Aaron Schneider that was watching on the previous clip, if he comes back to this, he can then re-watch this and see the information about the TD mold mask of Ghostface, aka the reshoot mask from Scream 4. And yes, this was not, as he believed, a mask made from 2010 onwards. This was a mask from the 90s, made all the way through as kids types and in collector's sets as another Ghostface mask type. And it was discontinued in 2013 for reasons unknown. It's a shame, because it was a bloody nice mask. And even yeah, sorry Aaron, sorry, I've just explained. I'm going to end this in a second, but if you watch this clip back, you'll find out what you need to know about the TD reshoot mask. I've explained all I know about it, and it's when it approximately came into shops for people to buy, approximate year. It was 96, 97, 98 when it first came about. And the header tag was a bit bigger than the normal header tags on masks, even today. And it was bigger. It was a little less wider, but bigger in height. And it would have mask and cape set in the same font as the Fearsome Faces on those header tags. Same colour, same font. I think that was a custom font by whoever. Oh, I don't know who did the font, I'd have to ask about that. But yes, the Fearsome Faces font was also mask and cape set on the first renditions or types of the TD reshoot mask. Again, I shall end this in a second, and then by all means, Mr. Schneider, go back, re-watch this clip from the start, and you will understand about the TD reshoot. So yes, it wasn't first made in 2010. It's been out way before then in adult and kids sizes, and the adult ones were seen as metallics, and there's a few out there among fans, not many, but there's a few. I'm trying to think if I had one. I think I traded mine. I'm trying to think what I had. There's a picture of it on my website, but again, the website's bloody down. So yes, anybody that's tried to, for whatever reason, if you've tried to go on my ghostface.co.uk lately, you can't. I can't. Unfortunately, the site has been hit with so many hits with Scary Movie and Scream 7 throughout this year. This month, for whatever reason, it's just gone absolutely bleeding nuts of people trying to view the site, whether one page or the other. And since Scary Movies come, it's knocked the site out. As you will see if you go to my site or the address, ghostface.co.uk, it will say bandwidth limit exceeded. So I'm sorry about that. It will be coming back, of course. But as far as I've been told, the web host and providers, they say when it does get a bandwidth limit exceeded, there's nothing they can do. I don't know if that's still true. That was years ago I got told that. So I have been in contact with the host. I've told them it's down and what's going to happen. And because it's the weekend, there's no response at that time. I think the man that's going to look at it is going to be responding Monday. But yes, at this time, my Ghostface site, it's been hit so many times with hits. It's knocked out the bandwidth. It's been absolutely nuts. Like last month, I believe there was 229,000 unique hits. Almost 250,000 unique hits, which for my site, I'm like, really? Why? What's happened there? That's a lot. And overall hits of the last couple of years, I've not looked at my stats in years. One of my biggest stats for my website was April 2011 because of Scream 4. Over 1 million hits, 1.25 million, 1.5 million, 1.5 million, I can't remember. But it went nuts for Scream 4. The site was getting major views. And it was a hell of a lot more updated then as well. And then, yeah, this month alone, it was there, and now it's not there because it's just gone absolutely fucking nuts. And I checked my recent stats on my site. Jesus Christ. Millions of fucking hits. Millions. I don't know where they're all coming from. But millions of hits. The one I look at is the unique hits. That's the one I prefer to look at. But yeah, overall hits, like last month, January, Feb, over 1 million hits. And yeah, last month, unique hits, 200, I think it was 229,000. Which, again, it's not record breaking, but it's a lot. And I can only guess what it would say if I check now on the control panel of the main site. I can access the C panel, but I can't get into the site to do anything because it's the bandwidth for the actual domain is exceeded. The C panel sits on a different server, so I can access that. But yeah, the main site domain, ghostface.co.uk, sits on another one, and it's exceeded the limit, so that's why it's off at the minute, unfortunately. Typical, so I've just put a Patreon online I wanted to link to, and we've just got a TikTok registered and online. I've not done anything on it yet, but still soon maybe. But yeah, I was going to link to both of them, and now I can't until the site comes back without the bandwidth limitation exceeding. So all I can say is there's a lot of fans out there that have found the site, but Jesus, man. When it knocks it out and you just got this big ugly page saying ever bandwidth exceeded, you're like, what kind of a bloody screen is that to show people? I want them to see the main page, not some white piece of crap with text on it. Alright, let's leave you to it to carry on with life. I've got my phone plugged in instead of the GoPro now. GoPro's okay, it's got a lot of battery, but I don't want to risk it with losing the stream again or this piece of bloody crap getting too hot. So, as I said, Mr. Schneider, thank you for listening. Thank you for anyone else that's listening and been watching. This has been mostly about Ghostface stuff, but I've just been trying to do a few more videos for YouTube lately. Subscribers have gone up, I don't know why. I think it was only just over 2,000 subscribers at the start of this year. Now we're getting close to 2,500, and you think, why? What is it that's made them? Because it's not that many. For this channel has existed since 2006, 2007, when the website came on. I did a YouTube to go with the site. It was simple as that. I wanted it to link to the site and be related to the site. Despite there's other videos on there. There's Dead by Daylight videos on here. There's Arnold Scream trailers on here, which were my fan films, which were crap. So don't worry about thinking the quality, because they're not. And then, yeah, there was filming locations for the 80s TV show that some of us know, Alfreda's Aim Pet, which was absolute brilliance for a TV programme. But again, most of the people that come here, because of the channel name, I'm suspecting, of course, GhostFace in knots, it's GhostFace related, Scream related. But yes, we've tried to do a few more just random videos lately, just try and keep people know that we're still here, we're still regular. When RJ does give the go ahead to say certain information that I know with regards to many things, you know, he normally sends an email to me and Nate Reagan, says, all right lads, there you go, here's the info of the latest stuff, enjoy, go put it out there and see what the fans' reaction is. And yeah, there's stuff I know about scary movie masks with regards to on-set masks compared to store retail masks that are coming. The information is not allowed to be given out yet, I've been told. Is that okay? And then there's, yeah, other things just coming that I do hope to hear more stuff about myself, more information on, with other items in the pipeline, which are very vague at the minute. But yeah, the other day before yesterday, Friday, RJ, me had a video call. Didn't last long, unfortunately. Normally does, but yeah, he got interrupted with important calls. I don't know who they were from, but yeah. 2 or 3 times it was like, just hang on a minute, muted the microphone. Somebody had phoned up, come across on the speaker and said, oh, there's a call for you. Come the third one, he says, I'm sorry, I've got to go, I've got to take this. I says, okay, that's fine. It's understandable, that's his job. And yeah, we'll get more information at some point about whatever else is coming. But yeah, also information in regards, as I say, the scary movie masks, what was sent to set, why people are starting to see there's differences compared to the ones that are going to be retail, mass produced and sold, you know, etc, etc. So I don't know why nothing can be said at this point. I think it's just a precaution. On the other side of this though, just to come to an end with this one now, a while ago in February 2022 I did a 3.5 hour interview with RJ. It went online, it did okay. It wasn't the most record-breaking views, but the people that watched it were die-hard fans, you know. There was loads of questions that were specifically asked on purpose that we went over, and he answered all of them, every one of them. Oil slicks, scary movie killer mask, the original. The scary movie books, you know, the original ones that was on my mask page. They are on the mask page when you can access it. But of course there was 7 original scary movie masks in the first film, only 4 was used. And I'm sure there'll be something like that one day for Scary Movie 6 if we know more when it comes. But yeah, on this interview, it's unlisted and private on YouTube. It's on YouTube now. I can look at it, but no one else can, because it's my video, of course. But yes, I've been told recently that that video can go back live again soon, because people were complaining. They said, look, you've done a 3.5 hour interview with this chap on GhostFace site, yet you won't talk to us. Different sites want to talk to him, but he doesn't want to do it. And they were then saying, well, you can do it with him, so why not us? Come on. So he says, just take the video off for the minute, please, because it's causing problems. And people to keep bitching. Well, he didn't say that word, but that was the general gist. He didn't say bitching, but just to make that clear, that's my words. But yeah, he says people are complaining because the interview's online. And although many people loved the interview and they liked how me and him interacted, which was commonly said for some reason, because we bounced off each other. We're friends as far as I'm concerned, me and RJ. We're just thousands of miles apart. He has a job that's very time consuming and a lot of responsibility. I have a job that's not the same as that, let's just say that. But yeah, basically 3.5 hours of interview. And one of those questions was Fantastic Faces related, which was actually also in consideration at the time of recording the interview. They was already looking at it in 2022. They was already trying things with the original book that Wade and Joe sent in. And it just didn't come out as they wanted it to. And yeah. One of the other main favourite questions was when we brought up the topic of, RJ, we have What's Up, Smiley and Stoned masks, all from Scary Movie. Yes, that's correct. Where's the killer mask? What do you mean? And he answers the question, where was the killer mask? And I had 2 killer masks. I've still got me 2 killer masks. And an anonymous artist made. And I says, look, I've got 2 replica masks here that are really good. He says, why didn't we get these? And I think one of the general responses was they was trying to avoid confusion with people mistaking the Ghostface killer and the Scary Movie killer as the same. Yeah, we know as fans there's loads of differences with those masks. Of course there are. They had to be. One's a spoof and one's the proper one. But yeah, he basically answers the question on the interview. And people were loving the interview because there were so many questions. I think there was almost 50 questions. That's why it took so long. And yeah, it originally went out on a live stream. So we did a Ghostface live stream. The interview was to come days afterwards as a single video, just a separate video. And would you believe somebody from Scream 1 that's very, 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 very well known was watching from start to bleeding finish, all the way through. Seriously. So the original Ghostface live stream that introduced the interview to the fans and let the fans watch it within the stream was over 4 hours long, if I remember correct. So we had a 3.5 hour interview, but you got me waffling at the start to introduce it. The interview itself for 3.5 hours. Then talking to the fans after that was responding in the chat. I swear it was either 4 or just over 4 hours total of stream, live stream. And yes, would you believe the lady herself that was the first on-screen seen Ghostface kill, as in a K&B mask and a Fantastic Faces, was involved in her death. Her. Would you believe, yeah, the actress herself was watching that live stream from start all the way to finish, over 4 hours. I was like, oh my God. I didn't know. I got told after. RJ had come on the stream. I think he was watching it for a bit. I'm sure. I think he typed in the stream. I can't remember. And then he had to go again. I'm pretty sure that's what the memory was. That's what happened. And then, yeah, after the stream, I think he said something like, message me when you're finished. Yeah, I'm trying to think how it went. Anyway, I got in contact after I said, look, RJ, stream's finished, blah, blah. He said, oh, would you believe somebody famous was watching you all the way through, start to finish? I says, really? He goes, yeah. He says, who? He says, oh, I can't tell you. I says, well, why? I says, why say that? That's not fair, is it? I said, come on, you can't say that. He goes, okay, I'll give you a clue. And he gave me clues as to who it was, watching start to finish. I was swearing on that stream. I was swearing here and there, not nasty, but you know, I think the F word was here and there, just like it has been tonight. But yeah, Casey Becker. I believe, was watching start from the starting soon screen with music or whatever I had at the time to all the way to the finish after the interview, me waffling onto the chat, was there start to finish. Casey Becker. I'll say Casey Becker. I will use the character name all the way through. Didn't type nothing, didn't do nothing, just watched and listened. There was, as far as I know, there was nothing in the chat on like a secret name or anything. But yeah, that lady that gave us a hell of a memory of the first Scream, she was there watching my bloody stream. I know it sounds big-headed, but I couldn't believe it. And I was like, what? I was like, no, you're winding me up. No. He goes, no. It's just, she enjoyed it. I said, so you spoke to her, have you? He goes, yeah, I spoke to her. I said, oh, okay. But yeah, but no, not the stunt actress. Not the stunt actress. I didn't say the proper name for some reason. I can't remember if he said, you're going back 4 years. I can't remember if I just said, oh, you don't say anything. I say, you can't tell me these things and then say, keep it secret. But it's been 4 years. Over 4 years, you know. But yes, Drew. Not the stunt actress. Not Lee Waddell. Not Wes, unfortunately. Not anybody else. Not Kevin Patrick Walls. Poor Steve. Afraid he's out. No, not Kevin Patrick Walls. But yeah, Drew. Start to bleeding finish, man. Jesus. When I knew that, I was like, oh, God, I wish I'd done this different. Wish I'd done that different. We was rambling at the end. It was on about all sorts of stuff. Fans were chatting and responding, so I was responding and giving answers, you know. Oh, anyway, about this mask, blah, blah, blah. And he said about the scary movie mask, and I was answering everything that they was asking. Even after they'd watched the interview where the questions were mostly answered, you know. But yeah, Drew was there all the way bleeding through. Jesus bleeding Christ. I couldn't believe it. I remember switching the computer off that night and finishing talking to RJ thinking, bloody hell, a famous actress has been watching this. Again, it sounds big-headed. I don't mean it as that. But I was like, why would she do that? Of all the things she must have to do. She still has a show, doesn't she now? A Drew Barrymore show. Even one of the super fans, used to be Maggie Houston was her name, and that was Maggie Blaine. Or Screen Queen 87, I think she is on Instagram. But yeah, Maggie, she was in the studio audience of Drew's show, you know. I was like, Jesus Christ. And to think what I watched of Drew's show, and I got sent official clips of Screen 5 at the time from the studio. But because, and I got stuff from Paramount, very little stuff, but I got official mug, official hoodie, and something else from Paramount because of the website covering the Screen 5 news, cover the Screen 4 news as well. But all of a sudden, people were noticing, and people started officially getting in touch after that for some reason. I don't know whether Drew did something, whether RJ did something, whether it was just coincidence, whether it was people just reaching out anyway. I'm trying to think now, did I contact Paramount first on Twitter, or did they contact me first? But I seem to remember talking to somebody on some sort of email So, hello, this is Tim Wagstaff, GhostFace website, blah, blah, blah. It's an approved website, fun world know of it, etc. Is there anything you can send to me that's official that I can gift to fans on a live stream? You know, contest, ask a question, get something right, win an item, whatever it is. But we never did anything with it. And I think I randomly gifted a mug to somebody, a Screen 5 mug from Paramount, and a hoodie that said on the front, "What's your favourite scary movie?" and on the back had the Mask promotional picture they've been using in the trailers. I've still got one of the hoodies myself. I think I've still got a spare one in the back. I could be wrong on that. I'm sure there's another mug. But the mug was just Paramount Pictures copyright and this and that. And you had to tilt it a certain angle and see a bloody knife. There was no mask. There was no characters. It was just Scream, the font, the word. And in certain light, you'd see the top of the hand. Because Scream 5 promotional posters was mainly the hand with the knife, similar to Halloween, of course, the original 1978. It was based off that, wasn't it? It was to copy that. The hand holding the knife with the mask at the side of it. I've got to do this to the little AI tracker again. Yeah, well. See if we do that. And do that. There you go. But yeah, on the side of the mug, just to the left of the handle, was the hand with a knife in like a red sort of glinty colour. And you got it at the right angle. Looked absolutely amazing. I've still got one of their mugs somewhere. It's still in the box. I think it's one I kept for myself. Because in 2022, Paramount were gifting boxes to all sorts of fans. Drown Boy Productions, Douglas, he got one. Meggie got one. Other people got loads of these promotional boxes with shitloads inside. I never got fuck all. Not that I'm entitled, but I didn't get anything. So I thought, well, all these fans are getting gifts, so we're not allowed in the UK. It was always these US fans getting everything. No offence. So I messaged Paramount, because I said to Audrey, can we not get something? Because all these fans are getting this, and we get nothing in the UK, whether it's me or anyone else. And I think he said contact Paramount UK, or somebody said contact Paramount UK on Twitter. And yeah, they actually listened and sent me this box, but there wasn't much in it. But I thought, well, something's better than nothing. But yeah, after that, I saw Drew Barrymore's show, and I was watching that online, and next thing you know, emails have come just from a random to do with, I think it's to do with the show. In fact, I think it was. I'd have to check the email, but yeah, someone from her show, not Drew herself, had got in contact with the GhostFace site with me and said, oh yeah, here's some official clips, please like and share on your social media to help with the film. Promotional TV spots for Screen 5. So yeah, I went Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, you know, shared all these clips, and there were official colloded off these special links. I was like, yeah, marketing people get all the get online, put them on these private links, and then yeah, people that have for whatever reason selected on websites, etc., YouTube channels, whatever, social media, get the email about these links, download them, upload them, promote them, and that's it. You got helping promoting the film, even though it's a little on my side. But yeah, hello Mr. Jordan, you're right. I'm just about to go, mate. I've rambled on too much again. But yeah, let's call it quits on that one then, chaps. Aaron Schneider needs to go back to the start of this clip and listen again about the TD reshoot modes. But yeah, God, my phone's getting warm, it's charging. But yeah. Do us a favour, Jordan, just to go on the chat there. Type letters UP for up. Just press it. Oh, here we go. I can see now. So what it is you see this? See that love art there on the chat? This is the chat of the stream. Whenever you type a long sentence like that one there, you can just see on the bottom. Whenever people come in and type a sentence that's a certain length, I can't see it because that bloody love art. I can't move it. I can't do anything with it. It just sits there. So no offence. But yeah. If ever you type something that's longish, and I'm here in the living room without the GhostFace image, the graphics on this stream, you know it's me doing it from a GoPro or from the phone, depending. If it is like that and you're typing, just press up or just type a couple symbols after you type it, enter a couple of times, and then it gets the sentence out of the way, the love art, so I can read what you put in full. So just for future reference, again, if it's like this with no GhostFace surround, no graphics, no image, no proper stream off the computer, then yeah, just do that. You miss you? How can you miss me? I've never met you. Yeah, we'll be back when we got some official news. There's things, as RJ says, there's so much going on. I haven't seen the new Scary Movie yet, and possibly I'm two minds about going tomorrow. I want to give it a fair chance. See what mask variants appear, if anything more than 2 or 3. I haven't been told, and that's the truth. I haven't had secret stuff told to me by RJ or anything. It's actually been really quiet on Scary Movie side. Just says, oh no, we can't talk about it, we got to change the subject. I'm like, okay. But yeah, there's been a lot happening for Scary Movie with regards to the marketing and the promotions and the distribution and all the rest of it. But when it comes to the general talk about it, if I speak to RJ on video or even audio call, it doesn't really, we can't get into detail about it. He's not allowed. So I could say, oh, are there any variants in the film that's 6 or 7 types or 4 or 5 or 2 or 3? I can't talk about it. Like, okay. So again, I know there's people that have put screenshots on Facebook groups, and I'm like, what's that? Is that from the film? Is that something that somebody's made up? And so I'm just going to go watch it myself and see for myself. But right, we've got to go, people. We'll see you later. We'll be back with a proper stream soon, don't worry. So I'm just going to go watch it myself and see for myself. See you all soon. Thank you for listening and tolerating.